Okay, so I send it to Ike. Hopefully it will work. And not all of the speakers are here yet. So anyway, if I don't know. Vivian or Permetua, while I'm presenting, I'm going to do a 5-7 minutes introduction. If there's anyone have any difficulties, you saw the link on the WhatsApp group. So if you can just share that link with anyone expressing any problems with getting on board. Okay. Coming out as not found. He said it's not found. I don't know why that could be.
Yeah, that sounds very strange.
Or maybe it's the navigator. It's a problem with the navigator. Maybe if you change with the Google Chrome or something like that, it's better.
Yeah, that's right, Google. He's actually on Entnest, Johan. His call is Ike.
Okay.
He's one of the speakers, so maybe you can communicate with him on Entnest.
Yeah,
Johan. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm starting the recording now. Okay. Okay, great. And everyone can see the screen, I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay, great. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 4P Group's 6th Impact Investor e-pitching event under the theme Improving Access to Private Impact Capital for Small Growing Businesses in Africa. The 4P Group e-pitching platform takes advantage of the fact that 4P Group is based in Geneva, the world's premier impact investing hub, while we at the same time are doing most of our advisory services in Sub-Saharan Africa. The idea behind this and forthcoming quarterly e-pitching session is to bring these two communities, that is the global north and the global south, together by sharing vetted impact investing opportunities in Africa, which we have sourced through our close collaboration with African market enablers in Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Zambia, Congo DRC, Kenya, and last quarter we added Uganda as one of our geographical focus areas. In today's case, we have joined forces with strategic partners in Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, and Nigeria, as well as a few special invited founders based in Europe. 4P Group, as a social value international UNDP accredited ESG service provider, is an integral part of the impact investing ecosystem in Switzerland, where I'm personally based and where I'm also a member of the Swiss Impact Investing Association, while also being closely involved in the Global Steering Group for Impact Investing Task Force in Switzerland. The main aim of the quarterly e-pitching series is to increase the flow of private impact capital to African impact enterprises, some of which have transitioned to this status by receiving training and benefiting from 4P Group's ESG toolkit. By attending today's event, the impact investors present will get an opportunity to listen to a pipeline of investment-ready impact enterprises located in both Western, Eastern, and Southern Africa. Before we start, let me briefly provide some background information to better contextualize today's event. With the global impact investing market now, market size being now more than $1 trillion, and the ESG investing market at almost 40 trillion, according to the latest Global Impact Investing Network report, we are seeing a rapid growth in the new market entrants, products, and geographies in the impact economy. This slide is an example of what the Swiss impact finance ecosystem looks like. Earlier this year, the latest Africa Private Capital Activity Report was released. The report provides an analysis on the latest trends of fundraising, investment, and exits unfolding across the African continent last year. The AVCA's report shows that despite the tough macroeconomic environment, for investments globally in 2022, Africa remained resilient and recorded a remarkable 46% year-on-year increase in deal volume and a modest 3% growth in deal value, while some of the world's major regions witnessed significant decreases in private capital deal volume and value. Despite facing numerous macroeconomic challenges in 2022, the private capital landscape in Africa demonstrated remarkable resilience by preserving the upward trends reported in 2021. The continent recorded one of its most successful years in private capital investment activity, with both the volume and value of investment reaching impressive heights. $7.6 billion was invested across 626 private capital deals. For the second year in a row, West Africa attracted the largest volume of private capital deals in Africa, 31%, driven by investment in Nigeria's dynamic venture capital ecosystem. Remarkable growth was also experienced in North Africa, which had a 52 year-on-year increase in deal volume and 97% year-on-year increase in the value of investment to net $1.5 billion, the highest grossing value of investment in the region in the past 10 years. Similar growth patterns were experienced in East Africa, where deal volume nearly doubled, while deal value recorded a 4x increase. The AVCA report has shown that private capital investment in the financial sector has been a powerful theme for the last decade, and 2022's uncertain macroeconomic conditions did relatively little to dampen this. In aggregate, in 2022, financials accounted for $2.4 billion in private capital deployment in 180 deals, representing the largest share of industry's total deal volume and value of 29% and 32% respectively. Reaching a historical record by deal volume, the financial sector was driven by an increase in the fintech investments. Private capital exit activity in Africa reached an all-time high, indicating a vote of confidence by investors in private capital-backed portfolio companies. So today's agenda is structured as follows. After this short introduction, before we jump straight into the pitching of 10 innovative companies, Mr. Johan Franzen, the CEO of Entnest, will briefly present the Entnest platform and its many utilities used daily by the 4P Group. Each founder has a maximum of 5 minutes to pitch the innovation solution, the management team, the traction achieved so far, and most importantly, how much capital the company is raising in either private equity or private debt or both, and what else of value the investor they are looking for can bring to the venture. Then there will be approximately 2 minutes to raise 1 to 3 burning questions from the investors present before we move on to the next pitch. If the founders speak longer than 5 minutes, there will be less time for questions, so please keep that in mind. At the end of the 10 pitches, there will then be another opportunity for the investors to present and ask a few questions targeted to one of the presenting companies. And at the very end, if we are within the very tight time plan, there will also be an opportunity for a short exchange with other non-investors attending this meeting. The event ends with a few concluding remarks regarding the next steps for founders and investors in terms of financial services agreement and so on, and the services that we are offering, and the next Impact Investor Circle event. So without any further ado, Johan, I'm handing over the word to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Christian. Always good to be here. And thank you for this opportunity then to presenting a little bit about Entnest. I'm going to be extremely brief. I'm sharing my screen and I'll just say a few words around the overall intent of Entnest. And I think you're seeing my screen right now. And I will also share this one-pager in the event in Entnest app. So the intent of Entnest is really to create and be the digital infrastructure for the trusted local and global entrepreneurship ecosystem. And today, I think we all feel that entrepreneurship is the future of work. but there are simply way too many separated communities. We need to create much more synergies and opportunities for collaboration and complementation. But we're simply overwhelmed, it's inefficient, and there's too much mistrust. So Entnest has been put in place to bridge the issues with making the connections between different parts of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. So we're really for the full entrepreneurship ecosystem, from support organizations of different kinds to aspiring founders and established entrepreneurs. And the different support organizations can be incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, investors of different kinds, and so on. Basically anybody who's interested in creating, facilitating, enabling more successful entrepreneurs everywhere. And it's about creating the opportunity for quality instead of quantity. All the big networks and platforms are really focusing way too much, I think, on quantity. But we need to build that element of quality and creating those synergies. So how do we do that? Entnest is based on invitation only. And once you're on the inside, everybody can see who invited who. And there's the accountability then for the people who gets inside. So it's not like many of the other big platforms where you have no clue who the other person really is behind the profile picture and so on there. Entnest has a lot of different tools. So we're wanting to create more efficiency instead of simply being overwhelmed. And we also want to then, of course, create a network of trusted networks. So we have elements from a lot of the big platforms like LinkedIn, Zoom, Slack, Eventbrite, Upwork, a lot of other different types of communities that are out there. So the opportunity for us then is really to drive community progress through active participation and finding the right people and organizations to actually create synergies instead of fragmentation and duplication, as I said. So it's an important element for you all, for all of us all, to invite the people that we trust in and that we want to continue and create collaboration and complementation with. So that's what Entnest is on a very top level. I'd be happy to showcase a little bit further in more detail. I've just set up an event for Tuesday next week where we'll go a little bit more into detail with presenting the different features and functions a little bit more. And starting to really create these synergies between us, because I think we all want much more synergies than anything else. So with that, I think that was my 5 minutes. Again, I appreciate very much this opportunity, Christian, but I'm handing it back over to you and for the different presentations there. And I can also see that Ike is in the call right now, so that's looking very good.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Johan, and thank you for hosting today's event. We have a slight adjustment of the program, as I told you before we started. One of the presenters from the last webinar focusing on economic support organizations in Uganda was unable to speak. So he's with us today. That's Mr. Alan Ananura. He's a co-founder of iVenture Africa, and he's also sponsored one of the founders who will be the last presenter today. So Alan, I'll give you 5 minutes to present your accelerator. Over to you. You need to unmute yourself, Alan. Alan?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you. You have 5 minutes. Can't see if Alan is.
Looks like he's trying, but I thought we heard something there for a little while.
Now you need to unmute yourself, Alan. Yeah, now you're unmuted. Yeah, you're unmuted. Now you muted yourself again.
You're clicking too quickly, I think.
Okay, now I think you can speak now, Alan. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Can someone confirm if they can hear? Okay, that's
We
great.
can hear.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, especially. I don't know what's wrong with my computer and this platform, but we shall marry them one way or the other. I come from iVenture Africa, an accelerator based in Uganda without walls. That means we take our programs into the communities in which we work. We've worked with 10 and counting universities. We worked in 5 refugee settlements. That's majorly for pre-seed and first round stage funding of startups. Beyond Uganda, we've worked in Rwanda and Zambia, and we continue to spread our wings wherever they take us. We're part of for Startup Uganda, an association of over 30 entrepreneur support organizations in the country. Together as a conglomerate of entrepreneur support organizations, we run something called the Uganda Innovation Week. We have done that for the past 4 years and counting. At iVenture, our flagship program is the Uganda Startup Cup, which is a 6-month mentoring, coaching, and judging process. It has been replicated in 72 countries across the globe, just simply because of its efficacy. It focuses on the business model, the size of the market. Is it waning or is it growing? We also focus on team building in the process, as well as that first round of investment. I had one of our cohort winners invited on the call, but I don't see her. It would have been interesting to hear from her out of the horse's mouth what the experience has been like from the work that we do to contribute to the ecosystem, the startup ecosystem in Uganda. Thank you. I'd be happy to have questions since my 5 minutes have been over.
Hello.
Okay, thank you so much. Nadia, can you please switch on, put yourself on mute? Nadia?
Okay.
Nadia? You're not able to do that from your side, Johan? Put her on mute.
Unfortunately not.
Okay, all right. So
Right
then
now.
I will write to them and put you
Nadia?
on the copy, so at least Kenneth on the copy. So that do you know them, right? You know them, right?
Nadia, please put yourself on mute. And please let me use this opportunity to ask everyone to put themselves on mute.
I will put you on the copy so that they see that I am currently collaborating with you and okay? Okay, so then let me see what they come up with, okay? And we still need to have a discussion, possibly on Monday, if not tomorrow.
Hopefully it's not anything confidential because I'm recording.
Well, there's a call
solve
for
the
her on
problem,
Monday,
okay?
so I think we should all join her call,
Okay.
right?
I say his program Monday, something at 9, then 2 and 3.
9, 2, and 3. Here something.
Yes, so maybe we put at 4.
Yeah. Okay. I will send a link. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we just already generate an event on
Yeah.
4 o'clock on Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Nadia, can you hear me? Nadia? I'll try to. Nadia,
Yeah.
please. Okay, let's hope that she will not pick up another call. In the interest of time, because we're already behind schedule, the first company is, I'm happy to, oh no, she's calling me. Nadia?
Yes, hi, Christian.
Yeah, everyone can hear your conversation, so please, can you put yourself on mute? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm happy to introduce yourself to the first company that will be pitching. That is Mr. George Ali Aki Lima, that I had the pleasure of meeting earlier this year when I was in Dar es Salaam. He's a CEO and co-founder of SmartCore Enterprise Limited. So George, over to you. You have 5 minutes once you're ready. And you need to unmute yourself, George. And if you have a PowerPoint, you can share that as well. Yeah, we can hear you now, George. Yeah, do you have a pitch deck you want to share?
Definitely. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, so when you're ready, let me know, and then I give you 5 minutes, and we're off.
Thank you. I'm ready. We can start now.
Go ahead, 5 minutes.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. My name is George Akilimali. I'm the co-founder and group CEO of a company called SmartCore Enterprise Limited, a company which provides access to quality education with better education in finance. So why exactly are we trying to address? The biggest challenge we are trying to address is that there are 65 million secondary school age children who are completely out of schools in Sub-Saharan Africa. And unfortunately, even the few students who get a chance to go to school, the quality of education is very low, but also the dropout rate is extremely high. In case of Tanzania, almost 70% of the children aged between 14 to 17 years old are completely not enrolled in secondary education, while merely 3.2% are actually enrolled to the final 2 years of schooling. On the other hand, parents and teachers want to provide quality education to their kids, but they are lacking flexible education financing solution. So this market opportunity is very huge, whereby the e-learning market in Africa is projected to reach $4.7 billion in value by 2027. At the same time, more than 15% of remittance globally to Africa were actually directed specifically to education. So the market opportunity is so huge, which also provides us opportunity to grow. Our solution is simple. We created a data-driven digital learning platform, which offers curricular learning, but also life skills and vocational learning to students and youth in secondary schools and out of schools in Sub-Saharan Africa. Our platform is easily accessible anytime and anywhere, meaning that it can be accessed with or without internet, at the same time across multiple range of devices, including mobile phones and computer. Now we are looking to expand our offering by providing flexible education financing by integrating and partnering with different fintechs across the world. Our solution is very simple, as I mentioned, but also address the need of all key education stakeholders, including students, instructors, and teachers, at the same time, government and other education stakeholders. Students can access our resources for learning. Teachers can actually monitor students and earn some income. At the same time, government can access data and other education information to allow them to make decisions based on the data. Our revenue model is simple. We do subscription-based, whereby we have individual subscription and also institutional subscription. On individual subscription, we charge around $15 a year for access to all our content and resources within the platform for students and parents. At the same time, we charge around $250 to $1,000 for offline institutional subscription. So an institution can actually access the resources 100% offline through that. We understand we are not alone in the market. We have other players who are existing, but we position ourselves as a data-driven solution provider. But what sets us apart is our commitment to provide easily accessible and, most importantly, affordable learning and teaching resources, which are a very exceptional rate of less than more than 75% less than existing solutions. We have a strong and experienced team with different backgrounds and professions in both education, ICT, social entrepreneurship, digital finance, but also international business. Our team has been recognized globally with different partners, but also we managed to formulate different partners or advisors who can help us to actually scale these innovations across the globe. So far, we managed to reach more than 252,000 users, which allowed us also to generate more than $600,000 in terms of revenue, but also expanding across more than 50 schools in the country. But apart from these numbers, we also managed to formulate different strategic partnerships with both corporates, universities, and multinational organizations, which allows us also to scale this innovation even to the rural and the marginalized communities. We are currently cash positive, so we already have break even. So we are regenerating revenue and profits, and we are looking to grow this revenue further from the year 2025, whereby we can reach about 300 million in terms of revenue. So right now we are raising around $500 in equity. And out of that $500, 45% of that money will go straight to marketing and advertising to grow our user base, both for institutions, but also the individuals. We also 30% of that will go to increase our universal content library, this including like adding more content for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But also 25% of that funding will go for research development, and most importantly, growing our team so that we can be able to accommodate the growth which we are going to achieve. Just to mention,
okay, 5 minutes has gone. You can continue, but just to let you know, 5 minutes is gone. Continue.
Sure. Just one slide. So we already raised around 12% of that amount in non-dilutive fund. This is grants and donations. And that's all about SmartCo. Just in a summary, we provide access to quality education with better education and finance. We have a strong and experienced team. We are cash positive and already generating revenue. We are looking at $2.5 billion market opportunities, and we are raising $500,000 in equity. Thank you very much.
Okay, quick question. Given the enormous market opportunity, are you not being too modest in terms of only raising $500,000? I mean, I can see that it's scaling 2024, 2025. There's a significant notch upwards, but are you being ambitious enough in order to kind of seize this enormous market?
Yes, we know we are raising a little bit a small amount compared to the market size and compared to the potential of growing. But for us, we are definitely trying to be a little bit lean because we are already cash positive, so we are generating revenue and profits. So we can definitely scale a little bit lean. But with this funding, I think we can definitely start piloting, scaling the innovation beyond the existing market which we have. We are looking to raise more than this after raising this, but also we believe that this can give us a catapult to go where we want to go and pivot our model, trying to see if we can scale beyond Tanzania. Then from there we can raise a large amount to actually scale beyond Africa.
Okay. It was not clear either from the 500,000. So what is the market value of the company, or how big a share of the company does $500,000 constitute?
So for our pre-money valuation we have right now, which was done with one of our partners, we are actually valued at around $4 million. So that's our pre-money valuations. So we are looking around this fund. We are looking around 12 to 15% in terms of share.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for this excellent presentation. Very well organized, very well delivered. So thank you so much, George. So we'll move on to our next speaker. He's also from Tanzania, like George. This is Mr. Avid Theophil. He's outside of Dar es Salaam, so he had some problems with the internet connection, but he told me on WhatsApp that he managed to connect. I can't see him now, but he told me he was on the platform, so I don't know. Did he log out again? I didn't see that.
I saw he was in, but like 1 hour before we started. So hopefully he's...
Okay, so okay, because he had some problem with internet, so we'll see if he managed to get. I think he's also sharing his presentation, so maybe one of my colleagues can present on his behalf. Okay, so again, in interest of time, we move on to our next speaker. Now we're moving from East Africa to West Africa. This is Mr. Ike Ononoglu. He's the co-founder and CEO of a new company called Supply Now, a procure-to-pay business-to-business platform for buyers and suppliers. Ike, you said your co-founder was wanting to join the platform. Did you manage to join the platform?
Yeah, it seemed to be an issue, but you know what? Let's get on with it.
Okay, great. Do you want to share your screen?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. So you tell me when you're ready, and then you have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. You just need from the start. Maybe you put it in the presentation mode. So you're on the 4th slide now.
Can you see the first slide?
Yeah, first slide. Okay, so I start the clock now. Go ahead, Ike. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Johan Franzen, the CEO and co-founder of Supply Now, a platform that simplifies procurement for corporations. I'd like to start by telling you a story about Mr. Balogun. Mr. Balogun is a small business owner. He manufactures bean bags and toiletries. And Mr. Balogun has a 6 to 8 week production timeline. At the same time, the buyers he deals with have a 30-day payment upon delivery. These two conflicting situations pose a problem for Mr. Balogun. It constrains him cash flow wise. The buyers get frustrated and he ends up losing business and not able to expand because of cash flow problems. This is a microcosm of the issues suppliers and buyers face in Nigeria and Africa as a whole in procurement. The conundrum of cash flow for the suppliers and the steady supply of procurement orders ordered by the buyers. If you think about it, there are 1,500 hotels in Nigeria because our initial focus has been hotels. There are 1,500 hotels in Nigeria. There are around 3,000 if you combine Ghana and Kenya. And the average spend of this hotel per quarter is around $13,000. If you also add in banks, there are corporations who procure as well. There are over 5,000 bank branches in Nigeria and around 2,000 bank branches in Ghana and Kenya. And they spend roughly an average of $9,000 per quarter. So you see that the procurement industry is quite huge. However, the likes of Mr. Balogun struggles to sell his goods because of cash flow issues. And that's where we come in. We've built a solution that actually allows buyers and suppliers to come together to trade directly. The likes of Mr. Balogun would be able to access a larger market and not worry about cash flow, because it's all part of what we offer. On the other hand, the buyers are able to plan ahead because procurement is very much unplanned, as we've noticed, where orders are made in a whim, in a hurry. Oh, we need it tomorrow. With Supply Now, organizations are able to plan. What we've come up with is one-stop shop for procurement. And as part of our model, we charge the buyers 10% of procurement orders that go through the platform. It is free for suppliers. And right now, we have two customers, two paid buyers in Nigeria, one of the largest hotels and resorts in West Africa, Landmark. And we have two others that we are about to onboard. We actually concluded yesterday and shared a contract. And we have 4 in the pipeline. So far, we've been able to onboard our buyers through referrals. What we're asking for is $950,000 for 7% equity. This would enable us to expand, start sales and marketing, expand our development team, and also crucially take hold of logistics. Because as part of logistics, we're working towards reducing the carbon footprint. And to reduce the carbon footprint, we have to take hold of logistics. What we intend to do is to aggregate the supplies that are made to the buyers. So instead of delivering every day, we aggregate the supplies and have set days that we supply to we deliver to the buyers. This would reduce the carbon footprint. With injection of funds that we seek, we're looking to grow our customer base by over 1,000%. Like I said, right now we're not doing any marketing. All the buyers we have been through referrals. And with the injection of funds, we intend to grow as much as 1,000% customer-wise and increase our gross profit by over 700%. So, like I said, what we're asking for, the ask is $950,000 for 7% equity. And so far we haven't raised any funds. All expenses actually been coughed out by the co-founders. And we hope an investor will join us on this journey.
Okay, 5 minutes gone, Mike. 5 minutes gone. You can still. Are you finished, or you can wrap up? Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ike, for this presentation. Well structured and quite promising, it seems, particularly since you are located in Africa's biggest market. Since you are very, very early stage, one question that comes to mind is what kind of strategic partnership will you be looking for with an investor? I guess you're not just looking for the 900,000, but you're also looking for someone, and what do you see as an ideal investor to help you get to where you want to go next, the next stage?
Well, the partnership, we partnered with a bank in Nigeria to offer us a line of credit. Mm-hmm. So that is helpful. That's been extremely helpful because that will help us to pay people like Mr. Balogun upfront for him to go produce the goods and deliver. And partnership-wise, yes, I would say the funds will play a very big role. Like you said, we've been able to achieve sales of over $20,000 since we started operations in April, in a very short period of time with no marketing. So we've not done any marketing whatsoever. And with injection of funds, we'll be able to create a marketing team, and we'll be able to also get in the logistics parts of working as well. Because at the moment, what we do is that we encumber the suppliers with the logistics, and they only get paid only after they have delivered the goods. We have a process that helps with that. Strategic-wise, it may come up as to go along, but it's looking promising. What we need to double down on is actually marketing. What we need to get going is marketing, because the market is huge and the potential is massive. And this is talking about hotels and banks. There are other sectors where procurement needs to be. I wouldn't use the word disrupt.
Okay.
We need more.
One more question. Last question, Mike. Ike from this time. I don't know. I couldn't my watch. Could you say something about the team? You mentioned your co-founder. What makes you two stand out, and why would an investor want to have a long-term relationship you two guys. What are you bringing to the table? Maybe you can say something about that.
Thanks very much. Thanks for that. I started. I've worked in the technology world for a very long time, and I started some years ago. I started a fintech company in Nigeria. Whilst Obi, my co-founder, was into procurement, he ran a company that provided procurement to organizations. It was a discussion. We've known ourselves for a long time, since our university days. It was a chance discussion that led us to realize, hang on, I'm running a fintech company that provides funds to the disadvantaged, as it were, whilst he was running a procurement services that encountered a lot of problems, and the experience he gained from that field enabled us to come together to realize that we could actually create a procurement platform that would help the suppliers financially immediately to deliver the goods. And with my technology background and my knowledge of the finance of running the fintech company, we feel we strongly believe we have all it takes. Having said that, we are open to advice. Right now, we're speaking to one or two advisors who hopefully will join us in this journey. These are people who run successful businesses in the past.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ike. Good luck with that, and we'll be in touch on the other side after this event to see how we can help you move forward. Okay, great. I can see that our second speaker, Mr. Avid Theophil, I think he's back online. If you can just log out again, Ike. I'll see if are you there, Avid? Yes, Avid is there. So Avid, he's the co-founder and CEO of Yes Group, based operating out of Tanzania. So Avid, over to you. You need to unmute yourself. I don't know if he sent a presentation. Maybe Vivian or Perpetua, if you got the presentation, maybe you can upload it if he's on it. Yeah. Avid, we can hear you. We can hear you, Avid.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. I was on mute. So thank you to Ike for his excellent presentation. Avid, it's your time. If you can share your screen. Perfect. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. So I'll give you 5 minutes. Are you ready?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Avid. Go ahead. Maybe can someone send him a message on the chat box that he can go ahead. Avid, go ahead. We can hear you. Okay. Yeah, we can hear you, and then he disappeared. It's a challenge. It's challenging to be a company owner on the African continent, particularly when you're outside of the major hubs, and that's the case of Avid. So we'll give him a second chance. But in the meantime, we'll move on to. Yeah, I did not get back on. So we have Mr. Asidine Kwabrasu, who is the co-founder of Quad, a business-to-business SaaS Paris-based fintech. Are you there with us, Asidine? Can't see him, so it was a little bit uncertain as to whether he could make it today. So we move now to Uganda, which is one of the graduates of one of the economic support organizations represented by Dona Sava, who's with us today. So this is Mr. Kenneth Kimanyaba, who is the co-founder of AfriPlastic Limited, as I said, operating out of Kampala in Uganda. So Kenneth, if I can see you're there, so please unmute yourself and share your screen if you have a presentation ready.
Hello.
Yes, we can see you, Kenneth. And yes, perfect.
Okay, so I start the clock now. Go ahead, Kenneth. 5 minutes.
Oh, Sure, just a minute. Yes, so what do you see? For many people, this will look like waste plastic or a biodegradable and a hazard. But allow me to indulge you a little in what this could be a part of a $1 million company in the next 5 years. My name is Kenneth, a co-founder at AfriPlastric. AfriPlastric exists to foster environmental sustainability, and we do this through collecting and recycling waste plastic into relevant 3D molds, providing equitable pay, and also fostering community cleaning drives. Uganda, like many other countries, grapples with waste management. With over 600 tons of waste plastic being generated in a day, over 60% of this finds its way into landfills and open waters, with only a meager 40%, of which only 5% is recycled and the rest is incinerated. Most of the people that collect and sort earn meager pay, and they're frustrated by this and also the poor hygiene conditions around it. Uganda today is estimated to have a population of 47 million, 25% of whom are urban dwellers. And with a growth rate of 3.2, it's believed we shall have 89.2 million people by 2050. And this will raise the waste generated per capita to 4 kilograms, which spells disaster. AfriPlastic, however, looks to reverse the situation by recycling waste plastic, encouraging collectors by providing equitable pay, and also participating in incentivized community drives. And for the recycled waste plastic, we have 4 products that we're generating. That's the Go With Me, which are souvenir molds of cultural, religious, and touristic and national monumental buildings that can come through as either miniature molds that can be desk organized as key holders, and STEM models. This is a new curriculum, science, technology, and mathematics. So we provide education and medical illustration molds. We also create home decor and household items, as well as what we call the ESG plug for companies that have that environmental and social governance response, where we encourage them to use their advertising budget to fund products that have the custom branded products that they can later on give away, but also have a feel of contributing to reducing the waste accumulation. There are over 30,000 schools, over 6,000 health facilities, and a count of over 400 tourists coming through Uganda. And of this, we intend to target at least 10% for these products. We are already in 2 schools and 2 churches, and we hope to move on to the rest of Uganda by the close of this year. I mean, to the rest of central Uganda by close of this year, and next year in quarter 1 and 2, the rest of Uganda, and then in 2024 move to the rest of Africa with the same products but localized to them. AfriPlastric is not alone in the industry. However, we stand out because of our product versatility, our social impact, where we provide employment for the whole pipeline from the collectors to the people that actually do the execution, and the environmental impact of saving the environment from this waste plastic. Although we score low in terms of precision of molds, this is something that we're driving to achieve through extended learning and shared expertise with many others. So far, we have been incubated by Hive Collab, and through which we also saw the need to register, which we did, and procure a card license. And through our market research, we were able to garner a customer acquisition with Uganda Museum to do the replica molds for the regalia that they have. And also All Saints Cathedral, this is Church of Uganda headquarters. They have a new building for which we are doing miniature molds, and as well as Cornerstone Academy and Hillside Primary, where we shall be providing the education illustration molds. We've also been able to acquire partnerships with other collectors and companies that actually are in the plastic injection molding business, as well as prototyping with YSAU, the incubator where we are, and have now listed 5 collectors and our own mini sorting yard. For us to be able to do this, we are raising $1,000 to enable us to produce 200 units per month, which will generate us $100 and have what 2% gross margin with and which we project that within the 6 months we'll be able to produce 1,000 units and be cash positive by the end of the second year. We're also seeking expertise.
Okay, 5 minutes have gone. Kennedy, if you can conclude.
Yeah. So our team consists of me. I'm a co-founder. I'm a certified Autodesk professional, and also over the 10 years, I'm able to now produce digital models and various prototypes that we need, as well as CNC molds. Elizabeth, who's also over 10 years of banking and finance and sales, and Isaac, who is a graduate mechanical engineer doing research. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kenneth, and good presentation. I would just say, maybe from our point of view, your company is perhaps a little bit too early because your ask it's a very small ask. So I would say at this stage, I would probably look for angel investors, corporate CEOs in Uganda who might be interested in providing you with the initial capital to help you get to the next stage. We'll keep an eye on you, and once you are ready to move into those 4 or 5 African countries that you talked about, perhaps you could just share which countries do you have in a order for your expansion.
Yes, I have Rwanda, Kenya, and Zimbabwe, where I have made contacts and have at least friends there. Mm-hmm. And I've also made visits also to South Africa, where they have the similar call and same potential of both tourists and then same products for the education.
Yeah, well, I think it's an excellent solution, and I could think of other African countries where your solution would actually meet the need of the market. So maybe that's something we can help you with a little bit further down the line. But Kenneth, thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you to Donna for recommending you for today's event. So thanks a lot. So we'll move on to another graduate from Hive Collab. This is Mr. Reverend Arinatve Hassan. He's the co-founder of Plastic Waste Solution Limited, operating out of Uganda. Are you with us, Reverend? I don't see him. Donna, I don't see him. I know he's was very eager to present, as you could see from the communications we had with him yesterday and today. Donna, if you can hear me, maybe you can try to reach out to him and share the link. I'm not sure why he's not there.
Meanwhile, you have Avid there again now. I think he's trying again.
Yeah, Avid. Yeah, I think we heard Avid already. In terms of questions. Did we get? No, we didn't get through. That's right. Yeah. Avid. Sorry, Avid. Just before we get to you, Donna, I think I was on mute, so you didn't hear what I was saying. Could you try to reach out to your graduate, Mr. Reverend Arinat Hassan, Mr. Hassan? Normally he should be present. I can see he's online, so I don't know why he's not on the platform. So while we are getting the Reverend on board, Avid, please go ahead with your 5 minutes presentation, starting now.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. My name is Avid Tofil. I'm the co-founder and director of ES Group, and we are in Kagera region. Our vision is empowering smallholder farmers through sustainable agriculture. Of course, the problem that we are addressing is edible oil shortage, and as you know, in Tanzania, imports more than 320,000 metric tons of edible oil annually, which is more or less 60% of the total demand. And on the other hand, we have 70% of the small-scale farmers. They have challenges on edible oil farming. and they have limited access to agricultural inputs, incentives, and technology. Of course, this brings us to the business opportunity whereby, as Yes Group, we are providing agricultural inputs. This includes
Avid, if you can move your slides. Sorry, Avid. Remember to move your slides. You're still on slide 1.
Oh, can you see the next slide?
We can only see slide 1.
Yeah, you're not sharing your entire screen, so if you're in presentation mode, we're not seeing that. We're only seeing, as Christian says, the first slide there. Yes.
Now can you see the scan?
Yes, now we see the second and third, yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. And as I was on the solution part, and I was saying that we are offering agricultural inputs, which includes providing extension services, certified seeds and organic fertilizer, but also we are providing oil pressing services. We are working with other government institutions to provide with smallholder farmers with incentive package, which is insurance package. And all this contributes to achieve some of our Millennium Development Goals, which is increase smallholder farmers' income, contributes to increase of household food security, but also awareness on environmental protection by addressing number 13 of climate action. Yes, we have competitors, and our unique proposition is we are dealing with organic product, which contributes to environmental protection and the health of our customers. But also we are on social protection. We are offering social protection services to our smallholder farmers, which includes health insurance and social pension. But also our service is accessible to mean that we are providing services and inputs of smallholder farmers directly at the rural, at the field level. So our revenue model is B2B and B2C. To mean under B2B and under B2C, we are working directly with smallholder farmers and local market. We are providing, as I said, we are getting yes, our sales is from by selling agricultural inputs, providing oil pressing services, by selling edible oil, but also animal feeds. The market size that we are entering is $1 billion with a compound annual growth rate of 6%. And we are targeting to reach 250,000 liters of edible oil. The financial performance, as you can see, we have up to 50% every year. Our fundraising $1,000, production machineries, increased sales and marketing team, but also on the product packing materials, as well as capital for purchasing raw materials from smallholder farmers. Our achievable targets for 2025 is to reach more than 9,000 customers these are smallholder farmers, but we want to reach 25 retailers and schools 10. By the time the government has promised to support us for $20,000, and we are looking for, yes, we have experienced and professional team on the edible oil industry, as you can see, but also on agriculture and community development. We have the advisory team, as you can see, is from, they have a different background on agriculture and
okay, 5 minutes has gone. Can conclude, David.
Directorate.
5 minutes is gone. Can conclude now, please.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can conclude. Please go ahead and conclude. Yeah.
Generally, we are promoting sustainable agriculture. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Yes, I was saying, okay, we are promoting sustainable agriculture, addressing edible oil shortage, and we have a strong and experienced team. We have positive financial growth, and we are entering on a market size of more than 1 billion, and we are raising 104,000 US dollar so that we can reach more smallholder farmers.
Okay. Okay, thanks a lot, Abid. Excellent. Great presentation and great opportunity and great solution. So, quick question. Giving that long list of giving the long list of partners that you have. Yeah. Can you hear me, Abid? Can you hear me? Hello, Abid?
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, giving the long list of partners and the support you got from State House, what kind of investor again would you need in order to get to this addressable $1 billion US dollar market? Do you just need the cash, or are there some gap in the many partners you've already surrounded yourself with? Don't know if you got the question. Maybe another question.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah. You can answer now, Abid. Go ahead with the answer.
Yeah, I was saying that still we need on addressing climate smart agriculture on such kind of area, but we need support on buying machineries.
Okay. Yeah.
Also cash to buy the growing harvest from our smallholder farmers.
Okay. Sorry, Abid, the connection is not very good, but thank you so much for stepping up and presenting your company and your solution, and well, we hope to continue to engage with you to help you raise I think the $140,000 that you're raising. So thanks a lot for that. Great. So Donna, I don't know if you managed to get hold of Reverend Hassan. Mr. Hassan, is he there with us?
Yes, I've gotten a hold of him. He's online, but he's failing to project his presentation. And he was requesting, he says you have it, so he was requesting you project it as he presents, if you could.
Yeah, did he send it to the emails? In that case, maybe Vivian or Perpetua, can you do that? Because it's difficult for me to do that. Did you get the email, Vivian or Perpetua? If you send it, I don't know if you send it directly to me. I don't see. Is he online? Because I don't see him as being online either. Did anyone get his email? The email. Okay, I see an email from him here, but I don't see any attachment. I see another one here. Don't see any attachment. So. Okay, Don, if you can ask him, in interest of time again, because we are behind schedule, Don, if you can ask him to send the email to putting my colleagues in copy so that they can upload it, because I can't go through all of my emails now. I don't have time. So please ask him and then let me know when he's online, because I can't see him among people attending the event. So we'll wait for him to Mr. Revan to get back to us, and then we move on to company number 7, which is Luwot Flush with Happiness, which will be presented by Virginia Gardner, the founder of Luwot. Is he there? She said she was going to be a bit late, but I think around 5:30. It's almost after 5:30, so I don't see her. And Nadia's not there either because they are working together. So let me reach out to them while we ask the next person to present. Who's getting on there? Oh, can't see Vivian. Okay. So do we have Fatima Jimo from Nafam Foods, Nigeria? Is she there? Can't see her either.
You have Salva from Bosso, I think.
Who?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Salva is there. I think he was also presenting today, right?
Yeah, he's the last speaker.
Maybe you want to jump to him as he's here.
Just before, do we have Miss Jenny Nkokoyo from Klafia in Nigeria? Is she there? No, she's not there either. Okay, then we go to company number 10, which will be pitched by the Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Salva Shamba Pande from the company Bosso, which is based in Lusaka, Zambia. So, Salva, over to you, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you very well, surprisingly well. Of course, the connection is very good so far.
Can you see my screen?
And we can see your screen, so perfect. So I give you 2 minutes starting now.
Okay. My name is Sal Shimapande, and I am happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of BOSO. The first thing you have to know is about the first thing I want to talk to you is about the African housing crisis. If you live in the global south, you are most likely in charge of building your own house. What does that mean? You're either going to build it yourself or you will be in charge of artisans. Because we're solving the housing crisis across Africa at this individual level, most of the building material goes through our hardware stores. So if you're a builder, you're going to the local hardware store to get everything. Because you're doing it at this individual level, there is a...
Yes, Nadia?
Christian, Regina is having problem to get on the platform.
Mute yourself.
What's the problem? Maybe ask her to use Chrome rather than Explorer.
Christian,
okay.
Mute yourself.
Yeah, it usually works better in Chrome.
It's true that I had a lot of difficulty myself, so I had to log out also.
Yeah,
okay.
But try. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Really sorry for this, Sal.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly. All right.
Okay, let me just kind of run this through again, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm talking to you about the global housing crisis and specifically in Africa. If you are going to be, if you want to own your own home in your lifetime, you're most likely going to have to build it yourself. So you will either act as the project manager or physically build it yourself. Because that's what you're doing, you have to go to the local hardware stores to get most of your building materials. 60% of all building materials comes through the local hardware store. Because Africa is solving this huge crisis at the individual level, there is a backlog. 60 million housing units is what we needed to build as of yesterday. Africa is growing the population to 2.5 billion people, more than China and more than India, by 2050. This crisis will not be solved in my lifetime. So what's the problem? The problem is a fragmented supply chain that is a layered experience. What do I mean by that? If you're a hardware store, you will physically have to go to suppliers and manufacturers in order to pick up the inventory you need for your hardware store. That will take between 2 and 3 hours. Then you have to pay for delivery to deliver it physically back to your store. If you're a homeowner, you will spend weeks, if not a month, just going from hardware store to hardware store to pick up the materials you need for home builders. We at Boso knew that there was a better way of doing this. We are a B2B2C e-commerce platform. We are building the future of Africa's construction supply chain. So everything you need is digitized and online, whether it's cement, paints, roofing sheets, tiles, steel. You can get it all at one place on Boso. We try to keep it very simple. Our MVP keeps it very simple. You download the app if you're a hardware store or you are a home builder or you're a contractor. You can download our app, place an order, make a purchase, and we do deliveries without third-party delivery services. Where are we going? We are redefining e-commerce. That's our goal. Currently, you do the search on our platform the same way you do it on other platforms, where you literally have to type in what you want, and then you upload the product onto a exit card. We are building technology backed by AI and machine learning and data analytics that allow you just to take a picture, press upload, and then it goes straight to your cart. So let's say you have a sink, you have bricks, you have cement. You can just take a picture and it uploads to your cart. If you're a hardware store, you can take a picture of your entire wall, and that entire wall will upload to your cart. We call it Boso Snap It. It's really cool technology, and it's backed by a lot of our intelligent software system in the background. So how do we currently make money? We currently make money by markups on our products on our e-commerce platform and through delivery. So our delivery is either we can handle it as Boso, or we can send it out to our third-party delivery partners. It's a hybrid business model. So our B2B customers, they are the beating heart of what we do. We save them about 4.2% and time. That 2 to 3 hours is down to 14 minutes. Our B2C customers love us because they get quality inventory and they can price shop. Price transparency. Inventory with us takes us days, not weeks, to source for them. They also love our logistics solutions. If you're a B2C customer, you pick up your inventory at the local Boso hardware store, whoever we partner with, or we can go straight to you for an additional cost. Is this a solution hardware stores want? We started with 625 hardware stores, and they've given us, over the last 9 months, $140,000 worth of traffic. We have a quarter of that, more than a quarter of that does transactions with us on a monthly basis. Our product profit margin is 9.8%. We have a goal of taking that to 13.3% by the end of the year. Our average customer order is about $128, and the acquisition cost is $59. Where do we see ourselves? Right now, we see ourselves making $700,000 by the end of this year. Next year, we're going to move into a larger marketplace, South Africa, in the middle of the year, and we should be making north of $8 million. The competitive landscape. There's another company like us that's in Kenya. They have a East Africa and a West Africa strategy. We have a Southern African strategy. The big difference between us is we are completely dedicated to our product design and our technology in order to make it an e-commerce experience, more engaging and more rewarding for the customer. If we can process orders faster, we win. We're a growing company in a growing market. We have 800 hardware stores about. The total in Zambia is 4,200. Africa is spending $89 billion on building homes. The global hardware store market is over $100 billion. Let me talk a little bit about my friends, and then I'll let you go. Boso founders. Miko is in charge of building our tech. He built a logistics software before. Miko's a 2-time founder. Ivan worked at Lafarge Cement. He is our brain and our construction experience. He comes with so much construction contacts from his Rolodex. Sorry, his phone book. A Rolodex, I'm old. So from his phone book that really allowed us to expand and get our partner, manufacturing partners that we needed. My name is Sal. Like I said, I worked at Citibank, investment banking for 8 years, investing with high net worth clients, not really investment banking, but high net worth clients. Chisepo Chirwa is our CEO. He's a 2-time founder. He built his own house. He also built an inventory management software company prior to this. So we are 2-time founders with construction experience. we've won a lot. We've got an opportunity to present at several different events, and we have had an opportunity to get an overwhelming amount of response and support. And we would like to say thank you for that. We were just at Built World, and we won that competition in France earlier last month. What we're raising is $500,000. We have 157,000 already wired commitments, and we have 300,000 in due diligence. There is space. It's a valuation of $3 million and on safe agreements. Please contact me if you want to help solve the housing crisis across Africa and the global South. It is something that means that we are very passionate about, and we've all actually been building our own homes, so we live what we're doing. One of us is using our app to build the home now. I did. Thank you very much to our partners, Vinci, Chilanga Cement, and Senko Bain. I'll answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sal. Your enthusiasm allowed me to let you speak for 8 minutes. So you used up your Q&A time, but we'll come back to you at the very end after we had the last presentations, where everyone participating can ask your questions. I have a couple of questions as well. But thank you so much for sharing and addressing a much needed problem on the African continent. So we're very excited to see that. Okay, we have two speakers who had some difficulties getting on board. I don't know if they managed to get on board with me. That was why the phone was ringing. I can't see them. The next one was going to be Virginia Gardeners. She's based here in Switzerland, but operating in South Africa and Mozambique. Nadia just told me that she has problem getting to the platform, so I don't know what to do about that, Johan. And then there's the Reverend Donna. I don't see him. Is he here with us? Or Nadia? Nadia? Is she? Did she manage to get on board? I don't see Virginia. Nadia, can you hear me? Nadia?
Yes, I do. Yes. Hi,
Yeah.
do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but I don't see Virginia. You said she had a problem getting on board.
Indeed, she has. But I think she has to go through the network to register, Johan, or not?
No, it shouldn't be necessary. It would be a benefit, but it's not necessary. It should just be clicking on the video link. You can even copy it from your URL up in the top there. So, yeah.
So she can access the event without going through the platform, correct?
Yes. Just copy the URL. I'm copying it and sending it in the chat, so you can take it from there if you want. But as I said, there are benefits. There are benefits of being logged in to the Entnest platform as a whole, because then you see a lot of other opportunities there.
Okay, so while we wait for Virginia to join us, Donna, did you manage to get hold of Mr. Hassan?
Yes, I got a hold of Hassan. He has resent you the presentation because he's still failing. Actually, we tried to direct him to see what's wrong, but it seems like he's not going to be able to present from his side. So he sent it to you, and if you could maybe see if you can project it for him, and he presents. I don't know if he's online.
But can he? Because I don't see him online. So if he's not.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do, also in interest of time, since we'll be ending in 10 minutes, we'll give him another opportunity in September when we are organizing our next e-pitching. Probably that's the best thing to do now. And then we'll just see if we can wind up with Virginia. But while we wait for Virginia, if there's anyone who has any questions to the founders who are still with us, we don't have that many, I can see currently any investors with us in real time. So we'll need to, as I said, what happens next after this presentation is, of course, we will reach out to our investor network. We'll also reach out to each of the founders individually and see how we can work with you now that we have a better understanding of who you are as founders and what is the product or solution that you're putting forward. So this is just the first step on a long road towards raising the capital that you need. Is there anyone who has any questions to the founders who presented so far and who are still with us today while we wait for Virginia?
I would like to say, from an Entnest perspective, I was very impressed with all the presentations of this round. Actually, Christian, I think this is your best session so far. And from an Entnest perspective, we clearly want to do more to support all the presenters here today, and also from your previous sessions. So please feel free to get back to me, and I will talk a little bit further. You can also join my event on Tuesday next week, the welcome event. And let's talk further to help you become even more successful.
Okay. I could see that Regina, I don't know, she's working with you, Alan, she's one of your graduates. So if you want to present, Regina, we still have a few minutes before we wind up. So you have 5 minutes. If you have a presentation, please upload it.
I asked to present without the presentation, just to be in charge of my 5 minutes, since I've lost some.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I'll go right in. I hope that everyone on this call has visited a hospital before. And for most of us who have had an opportunity to visit the hospital, we know we sometimes get out with questions about what to eat, because it's rare that in a facility there's an opportunity to see a nutritionist. My company, Impact Nutrition, helps to bridge the gap between nutrition care and the standard healthcare system, where we partner with health facilities and other medical service providers to ensure that every patient who steps in with a diet-related disease gets the diet-related therapy. If you think about it, if you have a condition and it's related to diet, it's actually unfair that you step out of that facility without a diet-related solution. And in my country, Uganda, most of these facilities do not actually have a nutritionist. So what we do with our platform, which is the Dear Dietitian app, it's a mobile app that's available on Android and iOS platforms since October. It allows us to help these individuals to have the answer of what to eat, and we provide them with easy to do meal plans. I'm going to be showing you my phone since I'm not presenting, but as the platform, it shows you a number of meals that you can have. It's at a fee. The customer pays a subscription for a consultation or for a meal planning service with a follow-up program. What we are doing with this platform is to create a community of healthy eaters whom we support to modify their diets. And in addition to this, it has an opportunity because the same software that is being used in the Ugandan market can be scaled up to other African markets where we have similar local foods. For those of you from African countries, you know that we need to tailor the diet data to our nutrition, to our cuisines, so that it's easy for us to interpret. The impact we make is strong because we all know that there is a growing rate of diet-related conditions, especially those related to diabetes and obesity. These individuals can spend less on healthcare if they are given the attention of nutrition care, because it's from our countries, the developing countries, that most of these deaths related to NCDs that happen before the age of 75, because we cannot actually afford the burden of the recurring costs of treating a chronic non-communicable disease like diabetes. So nutrition care, proven to actually reduce the impact of these diseases of these diseases and deaths, is the way to go. It's cheaper and also more human, and it's possible, and yet it is still underutilized with access to the nutritionists. My business is already operating. We are already making revenue. We are just slightly below 2,000 US dollars per month, and we believe we are going to grow to 5,000 US dollars per month, as we recently received a grant opportunity from the NSSFI Innovator in Uganda, which is going to help us to finance the marketing. This will help us give a boost because we have been operating on organic market, and it will be able to push us to receive 100 clients a month as opposed to the 20 clients a month we have now. With this growth in revenue, we can grow our local markets, and then in 2025 we can see opportunities to scale to other African markets with similar cuisines using the same software infrastructure. And there is more to the investors. With this growing community, it's an opportunity for us to upsell the same clients on other business models, like the meal deliveries and provision of the food deliveries and pre-packaged meals or pre-selected meal plates or subscription boxes. So the platform has an opportunity to grow beyond its service business to becoming a food retail business or an opportunity for advertising. Join me to help these individuals not only save money on their health, but also to just eat healthy and transform their lives. I and my team of dietitians are professionals in the field. I'm doing a master's in this field of nutrition, and I have a bachelor's in human nutrition. My co-founder has the same, and master's in monitoring and evaluation. And we are recently looking to grow our team with marketing expertise. And we are also looking out for expert opinion to form a board of an advisory board to better grow our solution that's going to save our African people.
Thank you so much, Regina, for this presentation and for what you're offering. I would say that as Uganda moves from a lower middle income country to a middle income country and with a much larger middle class, I think looking at what's happening in the OECD and the European Union, this is definitely a market that has a lot of growth potential. Unfortunately, I would say from where you are on the life cycle of your company, you are still too early for us to work with you. But as I said to one of the earlier speakers today, we'll keep an eye on you to see how you're progressing. And as you said, by 2025, once you reach a certain threshold, or maybe even next year, we can come back and see how you're doing and see how we can help you raise the capital that you need to go to the next level, and maybe even expanding into the East Africa Economic Community. But definitely something that is highly needed and is in great demand here in Europe. So I'm sure that you'll have a lot of success with your company as well in Uganda. Thank you for presenting on this kind of ad hoc basis. Much appreciated. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. I don't know if we managed to. I guess Nadia will give.
Oops! It looks like
yeah, we lost him.
Christian clicked the wrong button there, but I'm sure that he's making his way back in again. So while he's making his way back in, as I said, I'm really interested in making sure that you have the support, including for you, Regina, who are then maybe a little bit too early for Christian, but from an Entnest perspective, we're definitely interested in supporting. So do please continue the communication either through the Entnest event there, or you can even ping me separately, and I will also reach out to all the people who have been presenting and so on here. So together we can create a lot more synergies. That's what we all need, I believe. And it's been great to see all these faces, the profile pictures and so on. And let's keep it that way. Let's make sure when we have good access and so on to internet that we keep the video feed live. Regina, I really like seeing your live picture and so on there. I think it's helping to build the trust that we need, that we are real people behind the profile pictures and so on here also. Sal, excellent.
Yep.
I really loved your presentation. Really, really good. And the rest.
Johan, can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
It's more to Ike. Ike, he does procurement, and I need procurement help.
Excellent.
So if there's some way I can get his contact, that would be very helpful.
You can very easily find him in Entnest. You can click on his profile there and connect, and you can do a private video call like this through Entnest. So Entnest combines a lot of elements from LinkedIn and Zoom and Slack and Meetup and so on. So just go into and if I can, while we don't have Christian in the call here yet, I'm sharing my screen. If you give me a second.
I'm right here. Yeah, you can connect me on the Entnest. Yeah.
So now you're seeing my screen, I believe. And if I just switch over here, you will see all the people. This is the event which we're all in here. And in here, you can click on the individual person that you want to connect with. Ike, for instance, as you said. And then start writing and even make a video call immediately with him right here and directly. So extremely convenient. And you can also continue the communication in here after this video call is over. So plenty of good opportunities of connecting.
Okay,
All
thank you.
right. Do we have Christian back? No, not yet. Yeah, I'm just here as a support person and as the founder of Entnest. And Christian, I think, is having very interesting connections all over Africa. I see Astrid from South America. It's great to see you also being here. And I look forward to connecting further with you too, of course, Astrid, even though you've only been listening in today. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much more that Christian wanted to do, but I think our time is up. I'm happy to stay on for a little while longer if anybody wants to talk or have questions or comments or anything like that. But otherwise, I think, yeah, this has been excellent. Thank you, Donna, also. And I see that Reverend Hassan has made it in, but not into the video call yet. I think he has some video connection problems. Florian, excellent. Very good to see you, of course. This is the way to create
nice to see you.
Yeah, to create the synergies and the trust in the passionate and purpose-driven entrepreneurs. So really, really good. Thank you for all the claps and everything. And there is an event on Tuesday next week. Happy to see you there. Feel free. Yeah. Very good. So with that, I guess on behalf of Christian, I'm closing this call. But as said, do please take the opportunity of connecting among us and continue interaction even after we've hung up from this, both individually or through the overall event there. Excellent, George, and everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, Johan. See you the next week.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Johan and everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Astrid. Great to see you again. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Really good.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh.